From the beginning of commerce, you would start by trading something for something. This would later develop to gold, money, or other currencies for an item or service, which leads us all the way to today, where now companies buy people. No, I'm not talking about their physical body, that's a rabbit hole for a whole other day. I'm talking about their information, their thoughts, their data. I originally started writing the script when I saw Megalab's Honey video, which I highly recommend watching as an example of a company who uses deceptive practices not only to harm their consumer, but their partnerships. And I'll only be covering part of what he talks about in his video. And there are many more points that are predatory practices he covers I do not, and inspired me, so I wrote an entire script in 4 hours. The link to his video will be down in the description. After watching his video, part of me wonders if just a case of people not reading the terms of their contract with the partnerships, though since I've not read one of their contracts, I'm just gonna assume it wasn't in them themselves, since most people who have had these partnerships or sponsorships have come forward not knowing about it. I think this video, though, missed one big mark: how much data companies like this collect and use to gain more. Most times when you click onto a website, a small window pops up asking you to create a cookies. You just say accept since you want to continue the website, and the button is highlighted as a different color from the boxes to make it a clear correct answer. And you've made the wrong choice. You now have tracking cookies following your every move, not only on this site, but every site that you visit after that. Now, what will they do with that? Just targeted advertising, which, if you think isn't that bad, though the more we get used to our data being sold, the more companies are willing to ask for it without even thinking about it twice. If you were to just to go back to even 2015 and think about companies being able to track your movement on your web browser, these would be considered conspiracy theories and a work of fiction. Now, this wasn't even a point in Megalab's video. That is just how used to people just selling your data people have become. To be fair to Megalab, this is more of a media literate audience who probably know more about how cookies work in general, or at least are more likely to know how they work on a surface level. One of the big talking points of the video was how Honey was messing with affiliate cookies using the Honey extension, mainly affecting the content creators they work with. As a brief synopsis of affiliate cookies, if someone has an affiliate link and you buy something using it, they earn a small commission for leading you towards the website. In most cases, it can be anything on the website they lead you to, not just the individual item, and it is the last link you click before they get a commission. This usually has some expiration date, but it varies site to site. Now, with Honey, if you interact with Honey at all while making a transaction, they take the affiliate cookie and make it theirs, getting 100% of the affiliate commission, regardless of if you use their coupon or not. If I were ranking cookies overall, I would put affiliate cookies below tracking cookies in the selling of information scale. As long as people know what an affiliate link is and it is clearly labeled as such. Hence why you cannot click links in a YouTube Kids description, since most kids don't know how to spell affiliate, let alone what it means. Now, these cookies aren't that bad by today's standards. Why am I making this video if cookies are not that bad? And to be fair, most cookies are just used for functionality, analytics, and advertising. Most of the time, these cookies are just there to make your life easier, such as having a website automatically set for your country, so the company can see your age range to see if your demographic is interested in their product, etc. It's usually a beneficial relationship with normally the company is getting more overall, but generally helping everyone have a good experience. So what if they know everything you've ever bought? Ha, see what I did there? Have you been going through the drive-thru recently just to be asked if you have the app or rewards membership? Yes? Well, for giving you free points or coupons or whatever they decide to give you for quote unquote free today, they can track you how you shop from their store and entice you to return. You haven't been in the store for a while? Here's a half off coupon for your most purchased item available for today only. Oh no, I must go get this before it goes away. Oh no! Now, coupons based off your purchasing habits have existed for way longer than this. I remember when I was a kid, once a month, about we would receive a small coupon book from our local Kroger's to use for that month. How do they know what coupons to send you? Oh, you thought everyone received the same coupons? Nope. Most stores use the data of your membership to get you back in the store with a $2 off milk coupon for your favorite type of milk. Not everyone gets 2%. The difference is now, instead of spending money on mailing coupons to everyone every month or a catalog with the best deals of the week, you now get a push notification on your phone reminding you that you have one more day to spend $100 to get a $10 gift card on your Target Circle Rewards or to look at the deals of the day. All of these apps are the same as they can see what ads you click on within the app, which push notification makes you click into the app, how long you spend in the app, etc. If you have GPS on the entire time, they can also see when you're shopping in a competitor and then send you a push notification reminding you that today's the last day you can buy two get one free on 12 packs of soda. Now, most of these apps aren't that predatory, especially if you have push notifications off and limit permissions on most of the apps, though they could easily start implementing this and more, such as a lot of these gambling and sports betting apps have done. Sports betting is currently legal in about half of the US states and is continuing to become more legalized in more and more states as years go on. Before, these gambling sites sent you emails with deals on hotels to Vegas or something, but now they are on your phone, able to notify you whenever they want to, and are correlated with one of America's favorite pastimes, sports. Personally, I am a big fan of football or soccer and regularly watch a few games a month. I'm not an every Saturday night must watch soccer person, but I watch whenever I remember the game is on or there's an interesting team matchup. I'll turn on the game. Now, imagine if I received a push notification every time my favorite soccer team was playing, reminding me to put money on the upcoming game or the odds of them winning. And if you have money on the game, you're not going to skip the game, right? That is the current state of many of these sports betting apps, especially since you have many of these apps offer insane sign on bonuses for your first sign up, such as bet $5, get an insane $150 bonus, and have big endorsements from your favorite stars. Or look, even better, a bet $5, get $250 in quote unquote bonus bets if you win, right above an ad for a slot machine where you get 350 bonus spins and up to $100 back in casino bonus. Wow, these seem like some great deals until you realize that this is just creating a pipeline into regular gambling like these online slot machines from sports betting. Now, these are getting passed because they promise an increase in tax revenue to go to things such as education, though there has been no significant increase in money going to education. Though this is a necessary rant, back to the whole selling of your data thing, which if I didn't make clear, these apps use to either make you buy more when it comes shopping, or food apps, or gamble with sports betting or online casinos. As a data scientist, one of my biggest gripes with the sales pitch is, do you want to sign up for this thing? It's free. On a completely different side note, I originally wanted that line to be like, "Do you want to sign up for X? It's free." Though people would probably think I was talking about the social media service, which I must say the company has now ruined my joke, and being able to say the variable X, which I'm now not a fan of. Anyway, Honey and these other quote unquote free companies use this tactic to get users signed up without disclosing what they get in return. It's like if a seller came up to you with a shirt for quote unquote free, but not telling them that they don't have to mow the seller's yard. They do disclose what they do to your data on the privacy page, and the Chrome Web Store discloses what they have access to. But nowhere in their advertising do they disclose information at all, nor do they require that users have looked at or agreed to the terms and conditions or the privacy policy beforehand. All that they have that you have to agree to before downloading it is that they can, quote, read and change all your data on all websites, which is a lot of data for a few $5 off coupons once in a while. See? Now, it is the consumer's job to read the terms of service when signing up for anything nowadays, though they should have to go out of their way to find this. Most of this is the fault of outdated laws not requiring this, but it looks really shady to not require more than the quote, read and change all your data on all websites agreement. In their actual privacy policy, they state they do not sell your data, which is good. But they can use it all they want to sell you more items on their stores they partner with, making them more money through things such as affiliate links that we mentioned earlier. Because of this, they're able to show how good they are by bringing in customers and allow them to charge companies higher and higher rates, creating a full circle of increased profits. This isn't just Honey doing this, though. Many other free services don't disclose how they use your data before use. And again, this is another rabbit hole for another day. For more allegations against Honey, I highly recommend Make a Last video. All I ask is that you think twice before you agree to something for free and what data they will have on you, especially since you most likely do it every day when you use things as social media, shopping platforms, and more. Though they usually at least show you a link to the terms of service visible on the page without having to search very hard for it. And to be clear, this chapter is not an allegation, just some not so consumer friendly practices that should be changed. This actually reminds me of a video I saw. If I find it, I'll put it here, of someone who programmed that you must type the entire terms and conditions before using a service, which is definitely overboard, but I'm not against the idea. Assuming you're on YouTube as much as I am, you've seen ads for services where you can sign up for and pay a subscription for to have a service get you off call lists and to get your data back from data brokers. Overall, I think the service is great, especially since these data brokers make people go through so many loopholes to try to get their information back, and especially since once your data is on the internet, it's almost impossible to get back. I think these services are inherently good in a world where data is the number one sold item in the world. It is important to protect. My only concern is the protection that these companies do to protect the data you give to them. If you don't know how these companies work, you sign up for a subscription service with a monthly or annual fee, depending on the service, and provide them with the information to look for, and if they find it, they contact the data brokers and remove it. Now, if none of that gave you any alarm bells, let me repeat it slower. You sign up for a subscription service with a monthly or annual fee and provide them with the information to look for, and if they find it, they contact the data brokers and remove it. Still nothing? Must provide them with the data that they are looking for, hence handing over your most sensitive information to make sure it gets removed by other companies. There are a few companies that provide this service, though for simplicity, I'm going to be analyzing Incogni's privacy policy to see how this service works and how they protect your data, especially since they regularly sponsor many YouTubers and are one of the biggest, if not the biggest, of these companies. Their privacy policy is overall very open as it lays out various things such as the cookies they use and what third parties have access to through cookies. For example, you can see the cookie name, when the cookie expires, who cookie it is, the purpose of the cookie, and the category of the cookie. I think this is great as most companies don't go through this level of detail on their cookies in this easy of a place to find, and these companies especially should go through this level of detail to be open about what they're able to collect outside of the information you give them. In their next section, they talk about sharing your personal information and who receives it. Companies on their list don't bring any immediate red flags, that seems fine. Skipping down to number 4, they talk about data retention and state that, quote, personal data is stored for no longer than 12 months after the termination for providing our service, or until you ask us to delete it and there are no legal restrictions for us to do so. And, quote, data needed to provide customer support is stored for 2 years. And ending with if anything legal pops up. Quote, personal data is stored for 2 years or until the dispute is ultimately resolved or a final decision by a competent authority is made, whichever occurs latest. And that's it. Did you notice something missing from that? I'll give you a hint. It isn't in the terms of service either. Nowhere does it tell you the steps that they take to protect your data. Now, do they say that they use Amazon Web Services for storage and infrastructure and Cloudflare Incorporated and Sentry for information security? Yes, but that is all that is listed as what they do to protect your data. I don't expect them to spell out every little thing they do to protect your data. That is like writing a step by step instruction booklet for hackers to get to your data, but it would be pretty nice to have something in your privacy policy about something you do to protect your customers' privacy. even if it's just the information that it's mainly stored on Cloudflare and or Sentry. Again, none of this is criminal in any way to my knowledge, and none of this is an allegation, and I'm not a lawyer. I would just like more transparency for companies to their consumers. Because as of right now, all I can say is they share the information with them and nothing else. Like, what information does who have? I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they asked me what is the most abundant resource in the world. And I would say that is data. Though data is essentially limitless, it is currently the most traded resource in the entire world, making data the most valuable asset you will ever have, and everyone wants it and is willing to get it however they can. As an educated consumer, it is your job to know what you are giving away when you sell your data and what you will get in return, even if it is a free coupon or an extra $100 to bet with. More and more, people are becoming more comfortable with selling their data, which is good for a data scientist like me, but makes the line more and more blurred when it comes to privacy. It is your job to know deceptive practices these companies do to get a hold of your data and how hard they work to keep it, because the more they have access to it, the less they will ask to get it again. See you next time, hopefully on a less serious video.